abstract concept, academic achievement, academic career, academic circles, academic community, academic debate, academic discipline, academic discourse, academic institution, academic journal, academic life, academic performance, academic research, academic skills, academic study, academic success, academic work, academic world, academic writing, academic year, accept responsibility, acceptable behavior, accurate assessment, accurate description, accurate information, accurate measurement, accurate picture, accurate record, achieve a goal, achieve an objective, achieve an outcome, acquire knowledge, active involvement, active participant, active participation, active role, be actively involved, acutely aware, add information, additional cost, additional information, additional problem, additional resources, additional support, address an issue, administrative practices, adopt a procedure, adopt an approach, advanced economy, advanced technology, adverse effect, adverse reaction, adversely affect, affect the outcome, affect the development of, allocate resources, allow access to, almost identical, alternative approach, alternative explanation, alternative form, alternative interpretation, alternative means, alternative method, alternative model, alternative solution, alternative source, alternative strategy, alternative view, alternative way, ample evidence, analytical approach, analytical tool, anecdotal evidence, annual conference, annual meeting, annual rate, annual report, annual review, apply equally, apply a method, apply the theory, appropriate action, appropriate behavior, appropriate conditions, appropriate data, appropriate form, appropriate language, appropriate level, appropriate point, appropriate response, appropriate skills, appropriate treatment, appropriate way, armed conflict, artificial intelligence, assess the impact of, assessment process, associated factors, assume responsibility, assume the role of, atomic energy, attend a conference, available data, available evidence, available information, available resources, average score, background knowledge, basic assumption, basic component, basic concept, basic element, basic function, basic information, basic premise, basic principle, basic research, basic structure, basic technique, bear resemblance to, become apparent, become available, become aware, become blurred, become established, become evident, become independent, become involved, with /in, become obvious, become visible, become widespread, become a source of, become the focus of. Begin, a process. Behave differently. Beneficial effect. B. Best described as, in terms of. Binary opposition. Binary system. Biological evolution. Biological science. Biological sex. Brief account. Brief description. Brief discussion. Brief history. Brief introduction. Brief overview. Brief period. Brief review. Brief summary. Brief time. Briefly describe. Briefly discuss. Broad agreement. Broad category. Broad definition. A. Broad range of. Broad spectrum. Broader context. B. Broadly defined. Broadly similar. Business sector. Business transaction. Capitalist country. Capitalist economy. Capitalist society. Capitalist system. Capitalist world. Career development. Career opportunity. Careful analysis. Careful attention. Careful consideration. Careful thought. B. Carefully controlled. B. Carefully selected. Carry information. Carry out research of. Carry out the task. Cast doubt on. Causal link. Causal relation. Causal relationship. Cause consequences. Cause stress. Central authority. Central concept. Central concern. Central control. Central core. Central feature. Central focus. Central government. Central importance. Central issue. Central part. Central point. Central position. Central problem. Central question. Central role. Central tenet. Central theme. Certain aspect. Certain assumptions. Certain characteristics. Certain circumstances. Change constantly. Change dramatically. Change rapidly. Change, an attitude. Changing attitudes. Changing circumstances. Changing nature. Changing needs. Changing pattern. Changing world. Characteristic feature. Chemical reaction. Civil case. Civil society. Class consciousness. Classic example. Classic study. Classic text. Classic work. Classical theory. Clear boundary. Clear distinction. Clear evidence. Clear focus. Clear indication. Clear relationship. Clear statement. Clear structure. B. Clearly defined. B. Clearly demonstrated. B. Clearly established. Clearly evident. B. Clearly identified. Clearly important. B. Clearly related to. Clearly understand. Clearly visible. Climate change. Climatic conditions. Close contact. Close proximity. Close relationship. Close scrutiny. B. Closely allied to, with. B. Closely associated with. B. Closely connected to, with. B. Closely linked to, with. B. Closely related to. Closely resemble. B. Closely tied. Upon, on, closer examination. On / upon, closer inspection. closer look, cognitive ability, cognitive development, cognitive skills, collaborative learning, collect data, collect information, collective action, collective identity, collective memory, combined effect, come into conflict with, come into contact with, commercial activity, commercial transaction, commit a crime, commit an offense, common ancestor, common approach, common assumption, common characteristic, common culture, common error, common feature, common goal, common method, common source, common theme, common usage, be commonly accepted, be commonly associated with, be commonly called, be commonly encountered, be commonly found in, be commonly known as, be commonly referred to as, be commonly used, communicate effectively, comparative analysis, comparative research, comparative study, compelling argument, compelling evidence, compelling reason, competitive market, competitive pressure, complete a task, complex area, complex interaction, complex issue, complex pattern, complex problem, complex process, complex question, complex relationship, complex set, complex situation, complex structure, complex system, comprehensive account, comprehensive approach, comprehensive overview, comprehensive review, comprehensive system, conceptual framework, concerted effort, concluding remarks, concluding section, conditional probability, conduct research, conduct a study, conduct a survey, conduct an analysis, conduct an interview, conflict resolution, conflicting interests, consider appropriate, consider relevant, consider a possibility, consider an aspect, consider an issue, consider the impact of, consider the implications, consider the role of, a considerable amount of, considerable attention, considerable debate, a considerable degree of, in considerable detail, considerable effort, considerable evidence, to a considerable extent, be of considerable importance, considerable influence, considerable interest, considerable research, considerable support, considerable variation, consistent pattern, consistent results, constant rate, constituent elements, constituent parts, contain information, contain an element, contemporary debate, contemporary issue, contemporary life, contemporary society, contemporary world, contextual factors, continued existence, continued growth, continued use, continuous process, contribute significantly, contribute to the development of, controversial issue, conventional view, conventional wisdom, convey information, convey meaning, convey a message, convincing evidence, coping strategy, core area, core element, core issue, core skills, core value, correct interpretation, correct an error, counter argument, cover a range of, cover a topic, cover an area, create conditions, create opportunities, create problems, create an environment, create an impression, create an opportunity, creative process, creative thinking, creative work, criminal offense, critical analysis, critical approach, critical attention, critical essay, critical evaluation, critical examination, critical factor, critical importance, critical inquiry, critical introduction, critical issue, critical perspective, critical point, critical reflection, critical review, critical role, critical scrutiny, critical theory, critical thinking, critical writing, critically evaluate, crucial difference, crucial factor, crucial importance, crucial part, crucial point, crucial question, crucial role, cultural activity, cultural aspect, cultural attitudes, cultural background, cultural boundary, cultural change, cultural context, cultural differences, cultural dimension, cultural diversity, cultural factors, cultural heritage, cultural history, cultural identity, cultural influence, cultural institution, cultural issue, cultural life, cultural norm, cultural perspective, cultural phenomenon, cultural practice, cultural significance, cultural theory, cultural tradition, cultural values, culturally specific, current climate, current issue, current policy, current research, current status, current technology, current trend, currently available, daily living, data gathering, data set, deal with an issue, deem appropriate, deem necessary, a deep understanding of, at / on a deeper level, b deeply embedded, b deeply rooted, defining characteristic, defining concept, defining feature, deliberate attempt, democratic institution, democratic process, democratic society, democratic state, demographic change, demographic characteristics, demographic factor, demonstrate competence, b densely populated, deny access to, dependent variable, describe a method, describe a process, describe a procedure, descriptive statistics, desired outcome,